Well, before we potentially sign Mike Matheson, let's talk about the coaching staff here really quickly, because we are going to be looking for upgrades both with the coaching staff and with the scouting. First and foremost, I do want to bring in Mark Giordano as an AHL coach for him to learn. Right? We'll use the AHL to try and train up coaches. I won't do it with the NHL this time because it's just not the way to do it. It just isn't. So, in terms of, we only need one of these guys. Better teaching for this guy. Yeah, it's going to be you. Rick Farmer. Ah, yes. Leader of men. Rick Farmer. Hell yeah, brother. It's Rick Farmer. All right. How many scouts do we need? We only have 8 right now. Oh, yeah, this is the big scouting year. All right. Well, let's see what we can do. We need to bring in 12 scouts. It'll be so fun to set them all up in the preseason to go where we need them to go. Oh, my God. Have you guys followed Baffle 99 yet? You should do that. All right, Mr. Christoph Shopman, Brooklyn Cornet, Adele Renaud, and one more for the culture in case somebody rejects. There we go. So free agents this year that we might actually be interested in. There's probably not going to be too many because we do have quite a log jam of talent as it stands. Taking a look at the RFAs first. In goal, Devin Levi, Dustin Wolf, of course. We're not going to get a huge offer for Wolf. And Arvid Soderblom is also out there. We're not going to go for anybody in that regard. Defensively, it is Martin Fehervari and our own Kevin Ball. Not worried. Right wing side, Popsicle and Akil Thomas. Akil's going to be like 24, 25, 26. Jesus. Left wing, Ty Cartier and Angus Crookshank. They just kind of are what they are. And for centers, Veleno, Krebs, Sternborg, and Justin Robida. Nobody that we're going to target. UFA goaltenders this year. Dustin Wolf's our guy. I mean, we might need a backup, but Dustin Wolf is our guy. Spencer Knight and Jet Greaves are both out there, but they're both 25. Do we need an actual backup goalie at this point? Didn't mean to go progress reports. Whoops, we've already looked at those. Do we need an actual backup goalie? Or are we good? I can't remember. Because I know there was some dudes we were going to get rid of goalie-wise. Yeah, especially if Dustin Wolf goes, we need a backup goalie. Badly. Okay. Well, could try to take Stuart Skinner away, but that's a hell of a lot of money. Jet Greaves is not looking for much, nor is Akira Schmid or Spencer Knight. Let's go for Spencer Knight. He's willing to take a 2-way deal, which is kind of crazy. Let's see if Spencer Knight's willing to sign here. Defensively, top dog available is Michael Matheson, who wants $8.6 million. He is good at putting up points, though. He is. I mean, we have $17 million to spend. Maybe we go after Michael Matheson. Maybe we do. Aside from that, you got like Radko Gudas to punch some faces. What do we have for prospects? Nobody. Maybe we do go for Matheson. That's a lot of money, though, man. That is a lot of money. Oh, man. No movement clause as well. Jeez, there's no way. There's no way. All right. We're not really going to worry about anybody there then. Right wing side, Martin Necas wants 10 mil. Fuck off. What do we have for prospects then? Nikita Kovalenko is 26. Oliver Wahlstrom. Oof. My God. Left wing side, Adrian Kempe, Patrick Laine. Tough to say again if they're worth that money. Prospect-wise, nothing. Center prospects, just a dude named Boland. Again, it's becoming pretty typical for me in free agency to not spend money, which is why we went after Besser and Marner previously. I think it's probably better for us to just see what the current players on the team do for the offseason in terms of development. We got a lot of balls in the air right now. Even defensively, I mean, there's going to be some younger guys that are pushing for those spots. So for the moment, I think we're okay. It's just what's going to happen with certain players. Mark Giordano is on as an AHL coach, which is really nice. Rick Farmer is on. A lot of balls. Lionel Dillman. Brett Valesi, all the scouts. Christoph Schopman. Brooklyn Jim Cornette. Adele, the singer Renaud. Travis Adam Pierce. We do get Spencer Knight. Tackers. Ty Ackers. Roman Jason Zucker. Keaton Brad Staubitz. Jorgen Daniel Sedin Hadeen. Charlotte Flair Polish. Angelo Tanner Pearson. And welcome in Spencer Knight. Daniel Lefebvre cannot join up. All right, guys, on offer sheets, what are we doing here? Let's take a look at who has signed where, by the way. All the way down to the bottom. For Jesus, you know what? It might just be easier to look at other teams' lines. Yeah, I think it'll just be easier to look at other teams' lines. Michael Matheson back with the Panthers. Patrick Laine to Nashville. Natchez to Seattle. Colorado gets Victor Arvidsson, Darren Radish. Hervari with Anaheim. Boone Jenner Chevrolet to Ottawa. Stuart Skinner went to Chicago. Jake Bean got 3 years from Pittsburgh. Good for Jake Bean. Yeah, maybe we'll take a look at updated lines for the start of season 3 for the other teams. Still nothing from Dustin Wolf here. Mr. Popsicle. I mean, you say that you're rejecting. You're an RFA, though. 1.375 for 2 years from Pittsburgh for the Popsicle. Listed as a power forward, wouldn't change. He's not bad. 17 points. Maybe we could let go of the Pospisil. Doesn't block shots. Giveaway takeaway ratio is close, though. It's tough. Do we let go of the Popsicle? 1.375 for 2. That's not that bad for a fourth liner. It's not as cheap as it could be, especially if we play him on the wing instead of at center. Okay, I just need him to be a grinder because power forward's more offensive play style, and that's not what we're relying on him for. Martin, I think we're gonna let you go, to be honest. We needed you to be a grinder. All right, we'll say goodbye to the Popsicle. He's off to Pittsburgh. Kevin Ball has taken the qualifying offer. Still no answer about Dustin Wolf. Let's go talk to Kevin Ball about his off-season focus now that we can. I don't even know what the hell I was going to set him to worry about. Probably, honestly, just the skating, as per usual. So, there you go, Kevin. And we still wait to see what's up with Dustin Wolf. September 1st, we're getting real close to the off-season change. Is Wolf the last holdout? He is. Showing him on Everett again. 1 year at $3 million. I'm good with that if he is. Honestly, I can give him even a little bit more to be a cap whale. I just didn't want to give him the term. 1 year at 4.5. Didn't want to give him the term yet. We'll see if he takes that. I don't know if it'll be in time for the off-season training, though, which is a bit unfortunate. Oh, he took it. Okay, can we stop the sim in time? Yes, we can. All right, Dustin, well, welcome back. Nobody sent you an offer sheet. Maybe that made you realize that Calgary is the right place for you, and you should play ball a little bit when Cam Neely comes a-knocking. All right. Here we go. So let's see what we have going on for player development here. Really quickly with the unsigned players. None of these guys are going to be good enough, and they're all going to be in junior anyway. So for the roster moves. In goal, Wolf and Knight. Not bad. Not bad at all. Defensively, Uyghur, Anderson, Brustowitz now a top 4. Ball, Parek, Othotyuk, Kleber, and a bunch of depth options. So we know that Adam Kleber has to go because he's NHL ready, but the guy cannot skate. So that makes our first trade to make here pretty easy. I'm going to send Leinen back to Buffalo as well if I can. But I would like to send these guys back to Buffalo where they should have been the whole time. I won't get in trouble for flipping people. Let's see if they're smart enough to take these guys. Buffalo would have too many goalies. Give me Jonas Johansson if he's still there. No, he's not. Oof. They don't even have Levi signed right now because they're in cap hell. I'll take Anson Thornton or Bednar's with 1 year left. I'll take Bednar. Okay, there we go. So we end up getting Jan Bednar. Move those two back to Buffalo. Again, I wasn't worried about getting anything for Kleber. It was just more get rid of them. We do have goalies that we need to get rid of, though, because Bodiger and Neuenschwander need to be the AHL combination this year for their development. So let's go see if we can use Find a Trade here to get rid of Zayev or whatever the hell. Talbot, Varlamov, Mathieu, Risto, Ruda, David Camp. Take on Rasmus Ristolainen. Let's decline it. Where the hell was this guy supposed to be anyway? Carolina? Oh, let's just see if we can send him to Carolina then. Let's see. Don't mind sending these guys back when we shouldn't have had them in the first place. And a lot of these guys, they tried to send them back to begin with. And the AI GMs were being stupid. Carolina would have too many goalies. All right, what veteran do we have to take back from here? Jack Campbell? We'll take on Jack Campbell. Honestly, I do kind of need a third NHL goalie in case of injury. Jack Campbell fits that bill. There you go. Thank you, Carolina. Thank you, thank you. And now it's Bednar that needs to go. And then our goaltending situation is pretty much perfect. So what team needs a goalie? What team really needs a goalie here? So far, most teams have a lot of goalies. That's good. Edmonton could use another one. Literally, I don't even want anything. Just give me a 7th. All right, what if we do a 7th round pick swap? Tights Bob, what's up, man? There we go. All right, so our goaltending situation, good to go. Happy about that. Very, very happy to get that sorted early. Bodiger and Neuenschwander in the AHL. Defensively, in theory, this would work. With the 6 that we have here. In theory, that works. with a healthy scratch. Yermo's 24. Kuznetsov's 24. Both medium sixes as well. Yoni Yermo, let's go. Let's go, buddy. Healthy scratch. Which means we are going to have to sign some AHL level defensemen. But that should be good. For the forwards, oh God. Oh boy. All right. This will be interesting. Pelletier is still a depth guy. Appleby is a depth guy. Cairns is still a depth guy, as is Honzik. Right. So we could send down Cairns. We could send down Pelletier. And we would need to call up one of the two, but I want to see how these lines are... how they're shaping up here. Gonna have a hot yuck there. So Stromgren, still a fourth liner. Coleman's still a third liner, but we can have him on the fourth line. Backlund, third liner. Connor Zary is now a second liner. Shit. Sharon Govich is a second liner. Oh yeah, we're in trouble. We are in trouble because of the whole Marner and Besser thing. We are in trouble. Kadri's technically a first liner. Hagens is dude, I'm gonna have to play so many people out of position. It's not even funny. So admittedly, what I would prefer to do here is send Besser and Marner back to where they belong. I'd love right now for our top line to be Hagens with Zary and Coronado, Huberdeau, Kadri, Sharon Govich. Have like Blake Coleman on the third line with Backlund and somebody else. Like, it was fun to sign Besser and Marner, and they both did pretty well. But, I don't know. I might move them back to the teams, of course, that they're known for being on. If those teams can afford it. Because that way we still have somewhat of a challenge going on. Because otherwise, it's get rid of Zary, get rid of Coronado, and it's like, well, they're on the Flames. I want to try to develop them. Let's take a look. We had our fun for a season. But maybe it's time... Maybe it's time to make a move back. Now, Marner would have to waive his no-movement clause. Who the hell did Vancouver sign instead of Besser? Like, where the hell did all their money go? Oh, it went to Brock Nelson. They signed Brock Nelson instead. Brock Nelson, who I can't even acquire, even if I wanted to. Because he has the no-trade clause. They also brought in Burakovsky. Jesus. Oh, AI cap management is a marvel, I tell you. It's an absolute marvel. If I were to deal Brock Besser... Pittsburgh's like, please, God, take the cap. Take it. We might be stuck with Brock Besser then. And Mitch Marner. Good players to be stuck with, don't get me wrong. Brock Nelson's agent is a god. That's one way to look at it. Okay, so if we're going to be stuck with these guys then, let's go Zary, Kadri, Coronado, Marner, and Besser with Hagens. And we will have Huberdeau on the third line with Backlund and Sharon Govich. So we just need a fourth line center, which was Popsicle, of course. Fourth line center this year. I mean, Cairns doesn't really fit what we're looking at player type wise. Honzik, dude's an 83, but still a depth forward. That's fucking crazy. He's going to develop into a third line player nearly immediately this year. It's going to be kind of nuts. Honestly, that might be the play, is Honzik. That might be it. And then run Backlund on the fourth line. That might be it. Let's see. I mean, Stromgren, Backlund, Coleman as a fourth line is pretty good. And then Hubert O'Hans. I mean, that top nine is pretty sick, man. We're having trouble with the play. Actually, the forward lines in general are awesome. We're just going to have trouble balancing the morale. And then defense. Top two, top four, top four. Okay, so what if we do? We want to take out Yermo. And put in Nikita Hatyuk. So Hatyuk and Ball. Bunch of right-handed shots. It makes sense to have we go Uyghur and Brustowitz, Perek, and Anderson. This team's honestly looking good. Like, even if we didn't have Marner and Besser, it'd be looking pretty good. Dustin Wolf developed 2 abilities over the course of the offseason. This team's looking all right. It really is. And then our healthy scratch for a forward can just be Pelletier, because I don't think he's going to take that next step up, but he is a really good depth option to have. I'm digging this team. Absolutely. If we can just keep the personalities properly managed and stop certain players from getting pissed, there is potential here. But obviously that's a pretty big if based off of what we saw last year. But let's see here. That defense, Uyghur and Bruce. Same Perex made the team. He's going to be an absolute beast. Hatyuk and Ball. It's good. It is good. It is good. So, if we do the whole preseason focusing on certain players thing, we're not going to use it on goalies, so that's fine. Let's see. Send down Uyghur, Anderson. Ball at 26 isn't going to benefit too much from it anymore. Call up those 3. Yanni Yermo's 24, Kuznetsov's 24. Call up Muse and Wong. So they'd all benefit a lot from that extra off-season training. Or preseason training. All of these guys would benefit from it. Big time. Send these guys down. Send down Sharon Govich for Dylan. Send down Coleman. Appleby. I mean, man, there's a lot of potential left-wing options here. Kadri and Backlund can go down at center. All right, yeah, we're going to have to base this off of age. So anybody over... It's probably got to be 23 and older. I mean, Grushnikov, Poirier is over 23. We'll do 23 and younger for the moment. Get the guys who are going to most benefit from this extra development opportunity. Besides, Zari's 24 already. 23 for Stromgren. Pelletier's 25. Let's see. Nobody else to worry about there. And then centers. Nobody will be over the age that we're looking for. Aaron's is 24, so we can leave him out. Man, we're going to have to be selective here, actually. There's too many people. There's too many people that would benefit from it. I mean, unless we send down, like, Jack Campbell for now. That opens up one skater spot. Karen's was 24. That leaves Bell. So we got Misa at 20, Battaglia at 20, Hoskin at 22. Anybody else that we can send down? You could argue a handful of 23-year-old players that we have. But some of them are young enough that they would still, like, really benefit from it. Especially, like, Coronado. Coronado, Strongren. What's the other one? Kiona. And we'll go for the bottom three. That works. That works. So, again, we know what our NHL lines are going to be, but we're just trying to get that extra off-season development for these guys here. I do actually, the tiebreaker will be if anybody's going to be affected by waivers. Grushnikov is he the only one? Grushnikov, Bell. Okay, so sorry to you fellas, but I don't want to lose anybody if I don't have to. So for the forwards, let's go with Coronado and Stromgren based off of age. There we go. That's better. That's better. That's better. So through the preseason, we also got to set up goals for the season. God, there's always so much to do. There's always so much to do. Let's look at the coaching staff first, I guess. Actually, we're going to have to fix that afterwards. All right. Goals for the season. Let's do that first. Then sim. Then set up the roster. Then do the coaching staff. Dustin Wolf, your goal for the season. I don't want to say the Vezina, but I kind of want to say the Vezina. Win 40 games. 9-10 save percentage is the most likely. They still need to fix it where it tells you what the goalie boosts do. But Spencer Knight, your goal for the season will also be a 9-10 save percentage. We need good goaltending this year, fellas. We need that good goaltending. And in the system, we don't have to worry about any of those guys because I can't imagine Jack Campbell's going to play. I mean, he might, I get. You know what? Screw it. Hold on. Jack Campbell. Season goal. 9-10 save percentage, buddy. Let's see what you can do. God help me if you actually have to play. The old boat tiger. NHL roster. We'll do that too. I don't know if that's actually going to work for the AHLs. Defensively, Brustowitz. What do we got for you? Still an offensive defenseman. Again, we need you to be a two-way, buddy. We need you to be a two-way. It's a better fit for you. Are you willing to become a two-way? Yes, he is. Okay. We'll give him 2 months. Good on Hunter, though. Willing to try and become a two-way. And then your goal for the season is going to be pretty modest. Maybe. 40 assists. He might be able to do it. He might. Maybe a bit optimistic, but we can give it a shot. Zane Parekh. I don't know if you are going to be able to win the Calder as a defenseman. But if anybody was, it'd probably be you. He is capable of becoming, or he would probably be a good two-way. Is he willing to become a two-way? Not right now. Which might be better for us. Zane, we got to go for it, buddy. Try to win the Calder as a defenseman. He's going to get time on the power play. We'll give him that chance. Henry Muse is listed as an OFD, which, no. No. A lot of the ad. Well, if the shot was a bit better, but he's not that much better offensively compared to his defense. We're not going to have a goal for the season for him because he's going to be in the AHL, but I do want to see if he's willing to become a two-way. Let's see. He is not. Okay, Henry. Nothing else to talk to you about. And then Mr. Huang. Mr. Huang, offensive defenseman. Nah, that's not it. It's not it, buddy. Let's see if you're willing to become a two-way. Undeezy on the 5 months. Deezy, thank you for that. How the heck are you? And no change there for Long either. That's a shame. In the system, Mackenzie Weegar. I don't know what the hell your goal for the year is, buddy. You're not really going to be capable of winning the Norris. We could set it up to shot blocking, which is up to a 97, but just save the clicks. Rasmus Anderson, same thing. Same thing. Like, you're not going to be able to win the Norris. I don't think you're going to likely be able to put up the assists we're looking for. He had 29 last year. What would be the X factor for him? DZ, it's these rosters are very nice. I'm very, very happy that Bassey was able to put in an absurd amount of work early on. X-Tech as well. 40 assists for Third Eye. Might be possible. Honestly, because of that, let's go back to Weegar. Challenge, don't be a liability, basically. Don't challenge, don't make me regret that contract. 30 goals. We'll try 40 assists for Weegar as well. One of them's got to be able to do it, right? Hopefully. Kevin Ball. 96 shot blocking. Fuck it. Let's try to have you block more shots. Long-term stat challenge. Block a shot per game. Get a boost. Nikita Odhatyuk. Defensive defenseman, perfectly fine again. There's even an argument for Kevin Ball to maybe even develop more into a two-way. Like, his offensive awareness and passing aren't that bad. Okatyuk's he's a DFD with the sub 80 passing. Then again, he's not the best skater. Ball probably should be a stay-at-home guy. Okatyuk. Guess what, buddy? Block shots. You're not going to believe it. I'm going to need you to block shots. If you can believe that. All right. Who else do we have? Yawning Yermo. Again, we need you to be a DFD. You are not an offensive defenseman. I tried 7-Eleven pizza last week. It was terrible. I would hope you weren't expecting anything different. It's gas station pizza. You should have known by default. See, Grishnikov, defensive defenseman, fair. Kuznetsov, defenseman, fair. Poirier is an OFD. That's still fair for now. Henry Brustowitz, we can't talk to. We can't talk to the rest of those guys. Okay. Right wing side, Matt Coronado. We are going to try to get you to change to a two-way again. We'll base your goal for the season off of that result. Play style, two-way. Not willing to try. Well, Matt, again, if you're going to try to be a top-notch sniper, we got to see it, buddy. 30 goals. I don't think you're going to hit it, but that's your that's your target. Matvey Gradin, playmaker. Fair, no notes. Could maybe argue sniper because of the shot power, but playmaker is probably fine. I would like you to switch to the left wing if you're willing to do that, since you're left-handed. Are you willing to try to develop left wing? He is willing to try. Good. Thank you, Matvey. Thank you very much. Stewart. Logan Stewart. Set up as a sniper. That's fine for now. Golzig. It's also set up as a sniper. It's fine for now. That's fine for now. You can maybe argue two-way. And then Jeff Dillon. Yeah, just got a bunch of guys we're trying to train up as snipers here. In the system, Mitch Marner. Mitch, your goal for the season. What the hell is your goal for the season going to be? Stat-wise, 50 goals, 60 assists, plus 30, plus minus. I don't think will happen. Go for the assist, Mitch. See if you can hit 60. Brock Besser. Obviously, your goal... Dude, he'd be a decent two-way. He would be. Like, he's super well-rounded. His goal is going to be to score goals, but honestly, I might have to talk to see if he's willing to be a two-way. Because he's good defensively. Yeah, he's not willing to change. Well, then your goal for the season, Broccoli. We need some goals. I don't think you're hitting 50 goals. I also don't think you're hitting 15 power play goals, but we'll try. We'll try again for the 1T. I don't think Brock Besser is going to be here long term. Just he's not going to be that sniper that we needed, even paired next to Marner. Jonathan Huberdeau. Hubie Doobie Doo. Your goal for the season. 60 assists with third eye. I don't think he'll hit it because he's on the third line for us. He might have power play time, but still. Yegor Sharangovich, please change to a two-way. You are not a sniper. Please, God, finally be willing to be a two-way and utilize your defense a bit more. Nope, he's not willing to listen. Your goal for the season, you're going to be shocked. Try to score 30. You're not going to do it, but hopefully you can attempt it. Blake Coleman, still listed as a two-way, which is perfectly fine. Your goal for the season will again be tied to shot blocks. I guess Sharangovich is gone sooner rather than later. I'm not going to ditch him now, but yeah, eventually he's going to go. I mean, at the very least, he's just never going to be like that solidified top 6 option, so. Left wing side, Stromgren. Again, as a fourth line grinder for us. We'll go for the whole, hey, block some shots, buddy. See what he can do. Block some shots, because I can't tell you to go out there and hit people. Stromgren's goal. Sharangovich's goal will be to sell the house, right? Corbin Appleby, listed as a power forward, which is still fair. I mean, I don't know if he'll be able to be an elite level power forward, but for now we can try. What I do need him to do is hopefully develop as a right wing as well to give us options. Not willing to try. Okay. It's a bit disappointing. Suniev. Adar Suniev is a two-way. No notes. Well-rounded. Good job. Andrew Basha. Was the same thing as we said before. Outside chance at developing as a sniper. Two-way is not the worst shout in the world. But I want to see if he's willing to change to sniper first. Play style. Not willing to listen. What's the difference between power forward and grinder? So a grinder, they're very similar in a sense. Like the idea of power forward and the terminology has changed quite a bit. In general, it's like, hey, a guy who's really strong on the puck and is more offensive, drives to the net, that type of thing. Whereas a grinder is more so you're not focusing on offense, but physicality is a big part of your game. So that's the best way that I think I could sum it up. Both play physical hockey. Power forward, more of an offensive style of physical hockey. A grinder, more of a defensive style. I'm just going to try to hit everybody that moves type of hockey, like wear down the opposition type of play style. Dump and chase, big part of the grinder game as well. Getting into the corners, everything. Jacob Battaglia. Yeah, you're fine. Sniper's fine. Probably won't be amazing. Honestly, he might have a better chance if he develops as a two-way. That shot's never going to be elite. Let's see if Battaglia is willing to develop as a two-way here. That would be very helpful. I have a 5'11" power forward, I'm afraid. I mean, height isn't necessarily this deterrent with them being shorter. It does come down more to the attributes in the video game, at least. But then you have players like Brad Marchand could be described as a power forward at times, you know? Connor Zary, again, you're not going to be an elite playmaker, buddy. I am really hoping you are willing to become a two-way. None of those other guys need goals for the season. Connor, are you willing to become a two-way? Play style? Nope. Okay. Well, your goal for the season, then, if you're still sitting here saying I can be a top-notch playmaker, 40 assists. Let's see you do it. Pelletier. Two-way was fine. We don't have a goal for him. Keona is fine the way he is as a grinder. Bell was the same thing. And then for the centers, James Hagens. What the hell is Hagen's goal for the season going to be? Playmaker is still perfectly fine. X Factor. 60 assists. See if Hagens can do it. Take that step up, James. Second year. Honzik. As a power forward. He still might make it as a power forward. I'm not sure yet. He's going to be playing with some decent people this year, too. So his goal is going to be to compete for the Calder. He and Zane Parekh, at the very least. The first Griva. Gustav's Griva. And then Richard's Griva. This actually works out perfectly. So Richard's, I'd like you to become a left-wing playmaker. See if he's willing to listen. Not willing to become a playmaker. Are you willing to at least add... I mean, I guess outright left wing would be nice. Nope. Okay. Might not be able to develop these guys into the German Sedins. Gustavs. We were going to look at you to be more of a sniper. To, again, try and emulate the Sedins with the playmaker sniper setup. Hey! Gustavs is willing to try to become a sniper. Let's go. Let's go. That's the captain right there. That's the captain. Bob Hoskins. Trevor Hoskins. Playmaker. Fair for now. Pedersen. Two ways totally fair. He's never going to be like this elite sniper or anything. Even though he has 90 offensive awareness. And then Luke Misa. Playmaker. Yeah, I mean, he could try being a sniper. Shot power's not amazing, though. We'll leave him at a playmaker. So then Nazem Kadri, your goal for the season, once we eventually call you up. Probably X Factor related again, but he is 35 years old. Just crazy. 30 goals, 40 assists. 40 assists should be possible. When is the video of the rant at the Panthers coming for playing a game during a hurricane warning? Look, four years ago, Fox. 4 years ago, I still had hope and optimism about people. That's been beaten out of me for the most part. So fuck it. You want to play a game during a hurricane? You go right ahead. I don't give a fuck anymore. You do you. You want to stay on a boat during a hurricane? You do you. I just hope you're happy. Mr. Mikael Backlund. Michael. Your stat challenge for the year will be 50% face-off. Let's do that. And then Karen's playmaker, still fine. You could even argue two-way. Might be better for him, but that's fine. All right, we're good to go. We are good to go. So we will sim through the preseason. We are going to do the conversation with our coach. Season goal. Compete for the cup. I agree, champ. Let's make the playoffs first. And then preseason focus will again be 5-on-5. Hopefully this doesn't backfire on me by me not thinking about a certain element to this, but I want to see if this works. Got to get through the preseason in full. So skip. Okay. Now we go to roster moves and it called up all of my dudes for me. What? Did I lose anybody to what? What? Waiver declarations, waiver claim. So it just like auto-fixed my roster for me. I don't know if that means certain players did or didn't get the boosts. They did get the boost because, well, Zane Parekh might have been on the roster anyway. He's now top 4. Yermo's top 6. I don't know if the guys in the AHL would have improved. I think they did, though, right? Yeah, Keona and Bell, they definitely went up in overall. I think. Can I check progress reports now? That's just really weird if it, like, auto-upgrades people. Or, like, auto-adjusts my roster. It is showing Holzig has improved. That was really weird. My controller, like, stopped working. But in the system, statistical growth, offensive. See, I don't think it works. Because it auto-adjusted my roster to call other dudes back up. Even though that's not what I wanted. Because Kadri went up in offensive and defensive awareness. And puck control, which is the telltale sign. And he was down in the AHL. So I can't use the preseason the way I want to do it. Because for whatever reason, I skip through and it's just like, oh, here, we'll call up all your NHLers for you. So that's a bit disappointing. Shout out to Ivan, old Ivan, for the fall. That's really disappointing. So you can't kind of cheese it in a way that allows your AHLers to significantly improve because it auto calls up all your dudes again anyway. I mean, I guess I understand it because certain guys have no movement clauses, but that's a bit frustrating. But all right, at least we know. So let's get the roster reestablished. Yanni Yermo. Yanni Yermo became an NHL caliber defenseman because of those boosts. Interesting. We might have to make a decision between he and Hatyuk. Just because someone's going to be pissed that they're scratched. Obviously, we're going to have to sign some AHL defenders after this. Okay. Well, we continue to learn. Maybe under the cap, so it fixed it. That is probably it. Yeah. That's a fair shout. That is probably the reason. It's just a shame that, like, the boost doesn't kick in like immediately after the last preseason game. By the time you're getting like, hey, waivers are about to be in effect, it should have already gone through. Yeah, I'm going to make a note of that because really, like, you put in the work, you'd like to think you could get rewarded for it. Let's go to our defense here. It's Yermo or Hatyuk. I'm willing to move on from Hatyuk. Second and a fifth from Boston's pretty good. I'm willing to move for draft picks here. Second and a fifth is not bad at all. Looks like that second is about the best we can do. We'll take the second and the fifth from Colorado. We'll go from Boston, actually. Eastern Conference team. There we go. So a second and a fifth for Hatyuk is very, very tidy business for us. Very, very tidy. I could have gotten the Hurlbert, but it's fine. It wasn't overly important. Call up Jack Campbell. Who can we send down from the forwards? Karen's. Oh, Karen's improved. Hanzik regressed a little bit. We're going to send down Hanzik then. And keep Karen's so we don't lose Karen's on waivers. Sorry to Hanzik, but them's the breaks, kid. We'll call up Jan Kuznetsov, who's 24. So yeah, Appleby and Hanzik don't yet make the team. Aside from that, though, we are looking okay. So the lines are going to slightly change from what I originally planned. But we should still be looking pretty good. So Ball is still third pair. So was Yermo. Was a better shot between the two. Yermo, actually. And Anderson became top 2. All right. Brustowitz and Perek. I mean, they're probably going to be on a pair together. That top 4 is looking pretty good. I'm still going to be changing around what coach we have, so I'm not too worried about chemistry yet. Scratch right now is Stromgren, which I do not want, because as it is, he's supposed to be on the third line. Rory Cairns might have to be the one that plays, just because he can play center. So if we go Stromgren, Backlund, Coleman, Sharon Govich, Huberdeau, Cairns, Hagens with Marner and Besser. We have a lot of players that we are really risking getting pissed off because they're not playing in their proper player role. But if we can make it work, this team is sick on paper. So I don't mind it at all. I don't mind that at all. And then again, Wolf and Knight in goal. We got good depth. Don't you dare disrespect Jack Campbell. Don't you dare respect Jack Campbell. That is so mean. That is so mean. Forwards. 10, 11, 12. Theory, we shouldn't need another forward. I think I need a cap whale in the AHL. It's really close. No, actually, 11 million. We're good. All right. So veteran defenders that we can bring in just to fill out the AHL. Jack Johnson, noted Stanley Cup champion. Jack Johnson. How would my lines be screwed up? Oh, because I put him on the NHL roster. I put him through waivers. Kevin Shattenkirk. Bring in the Deuces. We're going to have to fix this all 3 times because these guys got to go through waivers because the season started. And Robert Bortuzzo. Bortuzzo. That's right, his nickname is Bortuzzo. It is now, at least. So, not everything played out the way I wanted. Turns out you can't really make the preseason thing work out in your favor. At least without the team being cap compliant. That'll be the next way that we test it out. But yeah, I'm still digging this team. But I might have to go like super in-depth with the Lions to make sure people... What the fuck? Oh, it always does that glitch out when we're on the free agents. That's right. I'm probably going to have to do like a really focused edit of the lines just to make sure that people are happy and it's balanced, because I mean people are going to get pissed. AHL team though is looking sick. We have a lot of options. We have a lot of options even with the veterans in there. So we got to figure all that out, but I'm feeling good about this.